We're going back a little bit. I was very fortunate enough in my early life to be around some of the giants of America's classical music called jazz. And there was one gentleman beside Dizzy Gillespie who was my mentor. There was another gentleman that I had the pleasure of him coming and sitting in with my band. I had a band in Philadelphia around 1947. And he was playing at the Downbeat Club in Philadelphia with his quintet. And he had Miles Davis on trumpet and Duke Jordan and Tommy Potter, I think, and Max Roach. I'm talking about Charlie Parker. And what he did was he borrowed my saxophone during the whole week because his was in the pawn shop. So on the weekend, a kid had gotten in a serious accident with a streetcar, had hit this child, and they had this benefit concert. And I say, Bird, would you come and play with my band for this benefit for this child? And everybody, after the movie that Clint Eastwood put out about Charlie Parker being a drug addict and a womanizer, well, he was a very good guy too, And he says, yeah, I'll come and play. And he did, and I have a picture of him playing in front of my band in 1947, the great Charlie Parker. And I was conducting the band like this, and between he and I is John Coltrane in my band, looking at him with a cigarette in his hand, about to burn his hand. So this is history. Train was in my band watching Bird play my saxophone, because his was in the pawn shop. All right? And I have that in my autobiography, which is called I Walk with Giants, put out by the Temple University Press. And this is one of Charlie Parker's songs entitled Yardbird Suite. Yardbird Suite, Charlie Parker. Arranged by yours truly. Oh, wow. Sam Dillon on tenor saxophone. Jeb, the General Patton at the piano. Stevie Delicious, Stevie Davis on trombone. Wow. And Evan Sherman, our young giant, on the drums. He keeps the groove going. Now we're going to slow one down and play a composition. I was very fortunate enough when I was about 21 to go on my first flight on the, what was it called? One of them planes was before the jets, a jet prop. Constellation was the name of the plane. And we went from JFK to Paris. And we stopped in Gander, Newfoundland, and had to get off the plane, and they refuel, and you get back on the plane, you go to Gander, Newfoundland, and you get off the plane, and they refill, and you get back on the plane, and you finally get to Orly in France 17 hours later. And I was fortunate because on the concert, the headliner of the program, the French call him the Grand Coleman Hawkins, the tenor saxophonist, extraordinaire. And you know who Coleman Hawkins was? All right. So when I wrote a composition entitled Afro-American Suite of Evolution in 1973, I included a section where this ballad is called The Voice of the Saxophone, dedicated to Coleman Hawkins. That's before Coltrane and Sonny Rollins. Yeah, Bean, he was rough. They loved him in Paris. The voice of the saxophone. I hope I can sing it to you.